Back to the KLH. It's been a while. I've had other projects cross my path that I've had to spend some time on. So where we left this was we have sound. We recapped the preamp. So we have sound out of both channels. It's distorted. Before I go into just recap the power supply and the filter caps, which I mean the filter caps could be the cause of our problem. Since I purchased this with the intent of recapping it anyway, right? I'm just going to move on from the preamp to the tone control. So this video is going to be recapping the tone control board. So what I'm going to have to do is, it looks to me that like I'm going to possibly need to disassemble the face. There are probably screws that hold all of these pots in here. I'll need to remove and label. We'll label, then remove the wires on the board. I'm sure there's a screw or something holding this in there somewhere. So anyway, I'm gonna speed through disassembly, and then I'll talk about that just for a few seconds, and then get into recapping the board. Oh, that was tricky to get to. So I had to disconnect several wires, some off the power supply to get that into a position, or the power supply board to get that into position to where I could slide this board out. There are two wires still attached to this potentiometer here, but they're not in the way, so I can go ahead and pull these caps. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to test them and see what they are. I'm also going to see what kind of transistors these are. I'm sure they're some goofy transistors without a kind of a mainstream sub. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to speed through this board's recap. Don't want to lose those. Need to remember to put those in before I put that board back in. Before I get too far into resoldering this, I want to show you a couple things. Well, number one, the 1 microfarad capacitors were at 1.4, and the 10 microfarad capacitors were anywhere from 13. It looks like this one was a replacement because this is different than the other ones. But this was 13 all the way to 86. Most of them were in the 60s, 50s, 60s. One was 46. But when I look at this board, I don't know if, let's see if I can, where you can see this. Lots of bad solder joints. So I'm going to touch this board up as I go through and resolder everything. And then I'm going to take a look at the transistors and see what we got going on there. So it looks like Mouser has all of the transistors in stock, so I'm going to order those. I'm going to clip these leads, pop this back in, reconnect everything, and then I'm going to turn it on and see where we're at. Alright, moment of truth here. Let's see what happens. Plugged in my dim bulb tester, put on FM. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good station. I have no idea what channel I'm on. Okay. Still pretty distorted. So, not the tone control. Whoa. Oh. Alright, let me try, I'm going to pipe some music into this through auxiliary. And I think I have a little bit of time this morning. I may have enough time to look at the filter caps. Because I'm sure those are as bad as every other capacitor on here, and that would certainly cause distorted sound. But I'm sure they're a weird, I know most of these caps have kind of weird, well, not common to me values. So put this on auxiliary, and I want to put on something that I am familiar with. Alright. Okay, well, I'm going to go off camera now. So tone control board is done except for the transistors. I'm going to order those today. When I replace those, I'll do the preamp and the tone control board. And then I may look at those two caps now. If I do, I'll go ahead and film that and include it as a part of this video. And someone's calling me. So, all right, so yeah, let's see where this leaves us. All right, I don't want to get dinged for a copyright issue, but after I messed with the controls and did some other things, the distortion is actually gone. So I haven't done anything else to it. I just kind of started playing around with it, listening to it. So it's got a really good sound to it. I still think there are some issues with the filter caps, which I'm still going to look at, but it sounds much better than it did. The distortion is gone. So anyway, yeah, so that's good news, exciting news.